So today I'm going to teach you guys how to make sausage balls, and really it's really easy, but we're just going to go over it, and in the description I'll have the recipe, but be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, especially if you like this video. Thank you. We're going to start off just with washing our hands because you need to do that before you start any type of cooking. Okay, so all you're going to need is 3 simple ingredients: sausage, cheese, and bisquick. Okay, so you need 4 cups of cheese, you need 1 pound of sausage, and you need 3 cups of bisquick. So we're going to go ahead and add this all in to this bowl. And this is only like half the cheese that you need because I couldn't fit any more in that bowl. Look at all that cheese. And for this I'm using Colby and Monterey Jack. I know that some people like to use sharp cheddar or some other different types of cheese, but this is what I'm going to use for now. Before we add in the sausage, I'm just going to go ahead and use my hands and mix the bisquick up with the cheese to where we can get an even better mixture overall. And I would definitely recommend using your hands for this, especially once the sausage comes in, because it'll be easier to mix than just using a spoon. Oh, we're already making a mess. And actually, before we go any further, I need to take off my ring because I could get food in that, and I'm going to take off my watch. As you can see, I'm trying to use my hand as a cover to where I don't get any more outside of this. And we're going to go ahead and open up the sausage now because this is fairly mixed together. Well, we're going to put it in this bowl. Need a knife. I'm just going to cut it. I prefer Tennessee Pride sausage just because that's my favorite. You can use whatever you like. You can use mild, you can use hot, you know, whatever fits your taste better. You really want to have your sausage at room temperature because if it's not at room temperature, then it'll be hard to get out and it won't mix very well. And you don't want it to be too hot because then it'll start cooking and bacteria will start growing. Okay. Now I know most people don't really like to touch meat with their hands, but it's totally fine. See, this one's still a little hard right there from before. But I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys this. I cut it up into 4s, like across, whenever I cut it, because I just think it's easier to take it out of the package that way. So guys, if you guys have any questions for me, I'm totally open to doing a Q&A video, and I would love to do that. So leave questions down in the comments, or if you have any other video ideas that you would like to see. I'm thinking that my next video, I will also make it a cooking video, but it will be about how to make gluten-free pancakes homemade, because I understand that celiac disease is something that is very important to, like, people, that it's actually a real disease, and I understand that people want to be healthier by just not eating gluten, and that's totally okay too. But I do have a friend, Anna, as you've seen in one of my videos, and she actually has celiac. Those pancakes that we made, she couldn't eat because we'd used a pre-made mix. And so I really understand the struggles of it, and it's more expensive, and it can just be a hassle to live with. You know, she went for years not knowing what was wrong. Doctors didn't know why she was feeling sick all the time and why her stomach was hurting. And then a doctor finally figured it out, and she's been doing a lot better since then. But I understand that's a very real disease. And so, you know, just keep that in mind, you know, especially restaurants, because the only fast food place that she can eat at is Chick-fil-A. Granted, Chick-fil-A is very yummy. It can get old, and then you have to make everything homemade, and, you know, it's really hard for her and her family to deal with. It's not as hard anymore, you know, they've gotten used to it, but I know in the beginning the changes were difficult, trying to figure out what to look for in foods and what they could and couldn't have, and just making that adjustment. I don't even feel like I'm using, like, all this. Maybe this recipe I chose was a joke. Or maybe I'm just not very good at mixing. You know what? Maybe I need a bigger bowl. Yeah, I do. So, we're going to just add some of this to this other bowl. Not all of it, though. Just some. Oh! I'm making such a big mess. I'm going to get... Look, if you guys have any better mixing techniques than this, go ahead, leave it in the comments. We totally forgot to set the oven. You need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Okay, that wasn't too hard. You know, and I will say this, I absolutely love sausage balls. They are one of my favorite snack foods. You can eat them for breakfast. And if you eat them for breakfast, you might want to add a little syrup, because that makes them super duper good. But you can eat them for breakfast, or you can use them as like an appetizer. Like if you have people coming over, and it makes a ton of them whenever you do it. And it's very easily, you can half or double the recipe, just use half the sausage, half the cheese, and use 1.5 cups of bisquick instead of 3. Okay guys, so this is as mixed up as this is going to get, because I don't know how much more mixed up it's going to get. So here's our pan here, and then here is our bowl of mixture. And I'm going to go ahead and lightly grease it with 100% extra virgin olive oil. Sorry guys about that. So basically I'm going to use this ice cream scooper to scoop this out, and then I'm going to roll it afterwards to make sure that's all packed together. And I got some cheese on here, but that'll be okay. So we're going to leave that one right there. So another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is the shirt that I'm wearing. It says the Pack Shack on it, and some of you guys may know about it, but it is where you can volunteer and you can pack food for those in need. And I did it in 2015, and we packed over 20,000 meals for kids in need in other countries in an hour. That's totally amazing. And all of the money just goes to buying the supplies for it whenever you pay. But it's a really rewarding thing to do, to go and to serve and to, just know that you're helping those who need it more than what you do. And there were quite a few of us whenever we did the Pack Shack. It was, 100 people maybe, because I did it with some church friends and such. And yes, I am religious. I do go to church, but that shouldn't matter to you, because we have freedom of religion, and if you don't agree, then you don't. You can have your own beliefs. But I did it with a church group, and it was a ton of fun, and it was very rewarding. And I will say, even if you're not religious, it's something just good to do for the community, and to help those who need it more than you do. Look at these. These are big old sausage balls. Normally I make them and they're not quite that big, but I'm really liking the size of these. And I'm not even really rolling these because I'm getting my size from my ice cream scooper. And I'm just packing it down to make sure that we don't have any, cheese particles like we did on that first one. So I just put them in the oven at 350 degrees for 25 minutes, and we're going to do some periodic checkups on them. Okay, so they have been in the oven for about 11 minutes now, and look at that. Some of them are starting to brown, and they're getting a lot bigger, I will say. We should have made the balls a little smaller. Oh no, one of those broke. Do you see that? Oh man. Okay, well, that's just an update. They have now been in the oven for about 20 minutes, and it's kind of hard to tell a difference in them from then to now, except for that they're getting more brown and more crisp. The oven just went off, and these are looking so good. Can you hear that? Look at this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to cut this big one in half just to make sure that it's done all the way through. Hang on. That looks done to me. Yay! Okay, so that was how you make sausage balls. Thanks again for watching.